Hello, BASD community. I am here with a new special student group at Freedom High School. I call them the Freedom Family 5. These are 5 Freedom seniors who are all going to attend Ivy League colleges this fall. It's an amazing accomplishment for each individual. It's an amazing accomplishment for Freedom High School to have all 5 of these students, and for Freedom Family to have all 5 of these students attending Ivy League colleges. Wow. So just coincidentally, I happened to run into them in the hallway. So I thought, hey, let me ask you, there are so many colleges in the world, in the country. What does Ivy League mean to you? Like, why Ivy League for you?
When I was applying to many schools, it was just, I guess, sort of something that happened as I was applying through QuestBridge. Pretty much just something that I just got streamlined into. So I never really much thought about it, and it was never really much something that I really cared much about, not really much about the name, but the value it had, the opportunities, and pretty much the education that it would bring me.
So you didn't set out for, like, I have to go to an Ivy League school.
No, it was just more like...
You got on a path that was like, all right.
Yeah, I just chose a set of schools that I felt would be best for me, and whichever one I got into, I would go to. And that just ended up happened to be an Ivy League.
What's the reaction you've gotten when people say, oh, you're going to Princeton or Yale or Harvard, you're going to an Ivy League school? What's the reaction?
It's a lot of surprise. Because I'm going to play football there at my school.
And to get educated.
And I'm getting educated as well. Really focus on getting the best school I can get into for football and for academics. And academics and being able to pursue what I want to do in my life was very important to me. And I, like you asked, Jerry, I wasn't set on Ivy League. I was just set on getting the best school that I can get into that has the best academic and athletic program.
You want to match those two.
Definitely a lot of surprise, admiration from other people, which I really appreciate. But for me, mainly I chose Penn because I was really interested in the neuroscience program and kind of being integrated in that hospital city, the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, and things like that. That's one of the main reasons I chose Penn.
Yeah, some of the best hospitals in the world, right there,
right in Philly.
On the Penn.
Yeah.
I would say for me, I've received a lot of happiness about it just because I have 2 brothers who already live in Philadelphia.
Cool.
So after I was accepted to Penn, a lot of my family members and my friends were happy that I could stay connected to my family.
How does it feel to go twins going to the same university?
It feels great. I feel like when we were little, we always wanted to go to the same college, and so it went back and forth during the recruiting process. But it's good that we ended up where we are, and 2 going together.
People are excited. People are proud of you across the community. I mean, it goes beyond the schools, the whole BASD community. But with it comes some pressure, right? You're going to an Ivy League school. So talk a little bit about the anxiety or the pressure. What's on your mind? Enjoy graduation. Prom's over. Enjoy graduation. You get through graduation, and then you're looking down, a month or so, a couple months down the road. What's in your mind? What are some of the anxieties you're working?
Definitely the biggest anxiety is keeping with grades and being able to keep the scholarship, especially since a large reason why I chose Princeton and many of the other colleges on my list was solely because they would give me the money to be able to actually afford college.
Right.
And there's also the pressure of me being the very first person in my family to go to college. Just in general with Ivy Leagues and other top schools, there's a lot of hard classes, and I think everyone can relate to how hard they can be.
So you get in that door and into the classes, and I think what I'll find is, I can do this. Or this is hard, but let me get some help and I can do this.
Yeah, we're not really going to know. That's why I had such a hard time describing it, because we're not really going to know until we actually get in there.
Yeah.
But I know that we're all sort of have some sort of anxiety, and just not knowing how difficult each class is going to be and how much of a jump it's going to be from here in the future.
Yeah. How about similar feelings?
I feel like my stress level is mainly from the workload, just knowing that other students that are there also, it was a very selective process, so knowing that they're also striving for the same goals as me, so it's almost like a competition.
Yes.
So it's a lot of pressure in that aspect.
Yeah, you go in and you realize, holy cow, there are a lot of really smart people like me here. Yeah.
I think there's definitely a little bit of like imposter syndrome, like going to school like that with so many other passionate and driven people. But I think if we think about it more as a collaborative effort, then that can take some of that imposter syndrome away.
Like an idea. So the imposter syndrome meaning, like, really, do I really belong?
Yeah.
Should I be here? But probably almost everybody else is feeling the same way. So if you come together around it,
Yeah.
that collaborative piece, I think that's a great idea.
But I think for me, the most thing I'm nervous about is definitely time management.
Yeah.
Managing, high level classes with also managing football and everything that comes with that. So I think that for me is definitely gets me the most nervous.
Yeah, I understand that. And a lot of freshmen stumble over that. The time management, the social life takes on a little too much. I'm giving advice now as a dad. Don't get caught up in the Saturday nights, Friday nights, Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, going out to parties. Academics first, focus on that. And sometimes being heavily involved in activities forces you. You've done that in high school, right?
Yeah.
It forces you to be focused. I think that same habit carries over into college.
But definitely time management for me. But like you said, like having football and having like only X amount of time to get work done is going to give me the incentive to get it done in that time.
I want to thank all of you for just giving me a few minutes here to share your thoughts and looking ahead a little bit. I'm incredibly proud of you as your superintendent. I know the community is. I mean, we talk about Built by Bethlehem or Building Bethlehem, and we say, the community supports us. That's why we have these buildings and everything we have to offer you, the high-level courses, the sports, the clubs, the activities, the band. That only happens because the community supports us. And then when we graduate students like you all, it's a tremendous feather in the cap of the whole community. You're going to be great. Stick with it. Work hard. Don't panic the first time you don't know something. And my last piece of advice is get to know your professors. Like, really get to know your professors, because that goes a long way. When you bump into a hard course or something, you're talking to them and not afraid to go knock on the door in their office. So, all right, congratulations, all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.